All right. I don't think it's a big secret, Chris. There is one position of need for the Las Vegas Raiders. And I mean, honestly, there's a few different positions, but they have a ton of stuff this offseason in which to get it. But there is one position of need. Chris, what is that one position?
Yeah, it's quarterback, and if we can, and if you're the Raiders, I think there's a couple things that came out that really show that you can get this quarterback. A you can just get one because I think
Yes.
originally it was thinking the top two QBs are going to go 1-2 or something like that. You're sitting in a weird spot, a couple
Yep.
couple picks back. So what we found today shows that not only can you get your quarterback, but maybe you can get them easier than you think.
Easier than you think. And I love that. And there's a couple of different routes to be able to go ahead and do that. You can do this through the draft, or you can pay in free agency. We're going to find out a lot about what the Raiders are thinking based on what they do in free agency, but they have so much draft capital that I think the draft is the place to go. And as I dig into quarterbacks, I fall more and more in love with one quarterback, and it is the guy, the PFF, or the Athletic, sorry, just recently did a mock draft basically that was saying, hey, this is our beat writers and who they think each player is going to take. So I actually put a little more stock in this one, Chris, because it's not just one guy making a pick for all 32 teams.
Mm-hmm.
It's guys that are following and covering each team. And they actually made a trade. They moved up to number 4 from 6 and 68. So in this video, we're going to talk about, do we like the trade? But then, Chris, me and you are going to do our own mock draft because I think we can do it even better. How about you?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. And even this one though, I don't hate it at all. I would give up pick 68 in a heartbeat to get your quarterback because you've got you're a real franchise all of a sudden with
Yeah,
stability, with a new coach that's just done it, and Pete Carroll. So it's like, let's not miss on all of it because we missed our quarterback. So even worst case scenario, you had to do this. I think it really makes sense. You're not worried about giving up that 68th pick if you had to. So
no,
worst case scenario, Shedeur Sanders. And by the way, I think it's pretty clear. I think most people just because of the quarterback situation, you have to go with, of course, him or Cam Ward. And man, Cam Ward he just doesn't seem to be the guy you want to just really put your whole franchise behind. I
sure.
mean, I don't know if Sanders is either, but out of the two, I think I like him better.
Well, I'm going to go. You nailed it on one. You want to give up the 68th pick? No problem, because you got the Jets pick at 73.
Hmm.
Right. So you already have an early third round pick. It's not like you're losing, your ability to draft in the third round. So
Yeah.
it's still there. I'd happily give it up. I don't necessarily know that they need to, but I would happily give that up. I truly would.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And it's not just that, but when you're talking about Shedeur Sanders, I think the big difference between Cam Ward, and Shedeur Sanders, Cam Ward has an extremely high ceiling, but a very low floor. And I feel like Shedeur Sanders has a higher floor, and the ceiling can be really good as well.
Yeah.
And when you look at kind of guys that Tom Brady likes, he likes guys that can process quickly and that are very accurate with the football. And Shedeur Sanders is coming out this year in college football with one of the highest, not only completion percentages, but complete CPOE. It's a new stat that's come out over the last few years, which is completion percentage over expected. And I think he's number one. I think he's number one. It's like 7 or 8% above what is expected on his passes. He is a shockingly accurate passer. And I think a lot of us just kind of correlate him with his dad. We correlate him, oh, he must be an athletic quarterback. No, he is a shockingly accurate quarterback, one of the most accurate quarterbacks we've had come out of the draft. So all of that stuff's there.
Yeah, and he would look sweet in the uniform more than
And
anything.
he would look sweet in the
Yeah.
uniform, wouldn't he? Like
Yeah.
some people just fit the uniform.
Yeah, he in I think because we start looking at the Raiders, it's like, all right, Pete Carroll, check. You just feel like you've got enough free agent money to
Chip
make a couple
Kelly,
things happen. Oh yeah, that's right.
draft picks up the wazoo, free
Yeah.
agent money. So let's do this. Chris, can we do this real quick? Can we do our own mock draft?
Mhm.
All right. So I went on PFF, and that is my favorite mock draft simulator. So I go on PFF, and we're the Raiders. We're sitting here at number 6. Travis Hunter goes 1, Cam Ward 2. All right. I think sometimes the consolation prize can be better than the first prize. All right. The Giants go Mason Graham at 3, and then you have Abdul Carter and Tet McMillan. Now, I don't think this is the way this goes. I think it actually goes Hunter 1, Abdul Carter 2, Cam Ward 3. Like, that's the way I would say it. But with all that being said, you still have him here. So we have a large number of, you see all these guys over here. None of these guys you would say you'd want over Shedeur, would you?
Right. Nope.
Neither would I. So can we just not mess around and let's just go ahead and get Shedeur Sanders here?
Crazy. Yeah. This
like at 6.
Yep. Right there.
All right. Well, this was supposed to be a 3-round, so I'll get into a 3-round. Don't you worry about it. But still, like, when you look at it, because I do want to do a 3-round draft because I want it to be seen how good your wide receivers and different things like that are available for you when you get into that next round.
Yeah. And I think what I really like is you can go wrong in the top there because I think you do need a quarterback so badly, of course, but you also, if like there isn't a worst case scenario that's like that bad when you look at Mason Graham being available or, you look at all those, we'll go back to in a second, but there's 10 guys in the first round that are just like, wow, that's pretty solid. And then after that, because, the Lions are picking pick 22 or later than that. Sorry. Lions are picking later in the first round. Yeah. And you're kind of like, all right, all these it makes you realize up on the top of the draft because we're not up there, all of the star players. So again, worst case scenario, if you don't get a quarterback, you're going to get an outstanding player. Then hopefully, because really you need to get a quarterback in free agency and the draft. Just
you do.
It's that important, and you don't need to be the Atlanta Falcons with it, but you definitely need to get both. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And then you sit here and you're in the second round, and it might be a little bit of a reach to get Jack Beck, but you can always wait. You can get a guy like Isaiah Bond, Tez Johnson, in a later pick. You can go anywhere with this. You can go linebacker. You could double up and have the best tight end room in the world with Colston Loveland, right? With what you already have, you can go DB. We know you need DB. You can go interior defensive line. Like, there are so many areas to go. I think my one would either be you go edge here and get a good edge rusher. You have a bunch of these guys available still, or you go DB. Where are you going here for the Raiders?
Go defensive end. Can't go wrong there.
Defensive end. And are you more of the, hey, let's I like these SEC guys, or are you the really work hard Jack Sawyer type?
Oh, SEC guys, for sure.
Yeah. Right. So, and here's the thing. So we go here, and the only thing that is, it's weapons, right? But you don't need a ton of weapons. You don't need a ton. And you still have these guys available, like an Isaiah Bond.
Yeah.
He's still here.
Yeah.
He's still here. Like, and this is the 63rd pick, Tez Johnson. They'll all be available, but you can sit here and still go, and you could get another edge. You could go get Cam Williams, tackle out of Texas. Like, there are so many things. You need a running back. Are you kidding me? Quinshon Judkins is still available. I'm drafting him. Why not?
Love
right?
it.
And you're still here. You got Travion Henderson. You could double up on running back. If you
Tackles now are all over. Yeah, I like that.
But let's go. Cam Williams. He's been all over the place, right? They're grading our draft. It's an A+, right? I mean, come on. There's nothing else. It's just a C+. They didn't like the Shedeur Sanders pick, but that's because they don't know what they're talking about. So here's the point. You can very quickly, with your salary cap and with the just massive amount of draft picks, you have the luxury this year to reach for a quarterback with the number 1 pick in hopes that he is the guy. It's that simple.
That's it. And go for it. Take big swings. You got Pete Carroll. He's going to be here 3 years before he dies. So you might as well do something. And
you might as well. And you know what? I think for my money, I think Chip Kelly goes before Pete Carroll because he does not seem to be in as good a physical condition.
Chip Kelly.
And it turned into the Michelin Man with his
Can you imagine just Man, some of these coaches I just watch, you just kind of follow as they just every year move to a new city and be a coach, and it's
Yeah.
just like, is that easy or hard or fun? Or I just don't know how
Does
they're
your family enjoy that?
right.
Or
Is your family with you? Or they stay at a central location?
I
All
have
right.
this feeling that Chip Kelly went to Ohio State and now he's going to the Raiders, and his wife was just like, I'm not leaving California where we were. So you
Yeah.
better move closer back to me.
Just go
That's
wherever
the
you
way
want.
that goes.
Jeez.
Go wherever you want, but I'm staying here. All right. Hey, thank you everybody for watching. So much more draft stuff coming up, especially with the combine, which is starting right this week. So we're going to find out more. Hopefully you see guys throw like Cam Ward and Shedeur Sanders. All right. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.
See ya.